Welcome to the Cloud Brothers. We're here this week to talk about the path to taking the Solutions Architect exam, which the what is SCC 002 or whatever retired on August 28th. If you watched our last stream to the end, you would have seen that I was going for my Solutions Architect exam soon, and I did that the day before Z003 cut out or came out, I mean, and I would appreciate it if you talk about how you got me on this cloud journey, Scott. Can you just talk about how I got started in the cloud?
Sure, absolutely. Um, I think it was pandemic. We were sitting bored out of our minds, and I have a whole bunch of cloud knowledge that I need to dump onto somebody before I pass on. And I don't have any kids, so Corey was the candidate, and surprisingly, he said sure. And 3 years later, after many streams and many talking about cloud stuff, and Corey going on doing his own courses, and in some ways getting better at it than me. um, we are, I think, I'm going to let you say the words,
Okay,
but we are recording this video as a reaction to something that happened last week.
okay. So I remember similarly, the conversation was like that, but I was streaming video games, and I don't think you said this, Scott, but it was, why don't you stream something that an adult would do?
Oh, that wasn't it.
Something like
It's just,
that. It's just like joking. It's There's nothing wrong with streaming video games. But
no, nothing
anyway,
wrong at
oh
all. I have the video game sickness. That's all. I
yeah,
can't
I'd like to
watch
watch
them.
your streams. I'd like to watch your streams when I can. But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could watch you.
That
I,
was more like it. Yeah,
I could watch your program, absolutely. So
yeah,
anyway, Scott also turned me on. So I what I did in 2021, or possibly, yeah, 2021, I got my certified cloud practitioner, which you can see down to my left here, and I was pretty proud of that. It's a very basic certification, as you can see over Scott. He's got his solutions architect associate proudly there, and that's for when you're actually getting into engineering and DevOps and stuff like that. And so I've been aspiring to get there for a couple of years, and through Scott's guidance, I went to the official AWS certification page, got an account, did some skill building in here, and he showed me the path to the tutorials dojo, which we've been doing practice exams on for a long time. I've been doing them a lot. Scott, I did some programs on a Cloud Guru, which I don't have up here. I did online course on Udemy, but with Stefan Marok, and I didn't mention him, but John Bonzo also is the guy who started the Tutorials Dojo.
and John,
Yeah, hi
John,
John, and thanks John. He's got
John.
he's got this. You can see he already uploaded what's new on the exam for SAS Solutions
Yeah,
Architect Associate C003. He released that at noon the day the test changed, which was
yeah.
cool. He's got all kinds of videos in here, which will show you your basics and some advanced stuff in the various services, and that's pretty great. I also found it funny because I went into I watched a lot of these videos too. It's not a cloud guru, but this person's channel is called Cloud Guru,
Oh, that's funny.
and
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
but I don't know if it's coincidence or not. But
Well,
it
there's
says
other
this.
Cloud Brothers.
Yeah,
Sorry, there's other Cloud Brothers
it's
channels
true.
too.
There
So
are the Cloud Brothers. There's a furniture store particularly, but I don't think they do IT stuff. But hey,
yeah,
Cloud Brothers collab. So anyway, real exam questions. Anyway, I'm here from the future to tell you that these
yeah,
are not the real exam questions when you go through them. But the really good thing about these guys, I'm not going to play any, is that they teach you um, what I call the first, like they're sort of doing the first pass method a little bit, but they're showing you how to locate the distractors. And there's lots of questions, and they show you how and the process works. If you know your stuff, you're probably going to have a really high chance of passing it. And that's what this is for. In these videos, they say you only have to watch these videos. You don't have to do any other courses.
That right?
Absolutely, absolutely not true.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to study and take courses and do some practical stuff in the console or through the infrastructure as code tools like
Yeah.
Terraform and stuff like Scott's been teaching me the last couple of years.
So
S-
you
s-
would say that even if you didn't have a job doing it, passing this exam, it's critical to have some hands-on. Like it's not
Absolutely.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Like one of the first things that you had me do, Scott, when we started was doing some server building. I don't know how to say it
yeah,
exactly through the CLI. Like
yeah,
you showed me the console, and then I use the CLI to make stuff, and then looked in the console and said that's where you go. And now these days I can do it with Terraform.
yeah.
And
And
like
that I don't know if I
anyway,
said it at the time, but never do that again.
you did. You did. Don't do that again. It's good to know what's happening. It's just like learning programming in JavaScript or whatever. You
Yeah,
learn the basics and then you do it the easier way, and then you kind of know what's happening behind the scenes. But
yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
again,
Yeah,
and I want to get to the point of this entire video, in
yeah.
that when I learned something that's really frustrating when you sit your exam, and Scott told me this. I didn't believe him. His buddy told him they don't tell you your result.
Oh yeah,
when I
yeah,
got when I got the certified cloud practitioner, it's I did it at home. Um, it was proctored at home. I did it. It showed me it passed right away. I went woohoo! Got super excited, and then calmed down, whatever, and got my badge. All the same process, but now you do not get your result. You get a thing that says congratulations on finishing your test. We will let you know in up to 5 business days. I did my test on a Saturday.
yeah,
so, so I'm
yeah,
expecting Friday or Monday the following week.
yeah.
But anyway, I got it within 24 hours, and I am pleased to say that Scott and I have something in common now. We both have our solutions architect associate. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'd like to thank all my teachers, including my cloud brother Scott. I really appreciate you while you're here. And then I do want to look at the certain metrics at the end. I'm not going to go over the details of my exact exam, but it does show you how you did on your domains and if there is room for improvement. And domains are the individual, I guess you'd call them subjects if you're in like grade school or whatever.
I don't know why they call them domains. It's just domain of knowledge or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fancy stuff.
it makes sense, but it's just the 4 domains of AWS about Amazon Web Services, and it makes sense.
Yeah, and that's in the exam prep guide. It tells you
Yeah,
that and the
mhm,
percentages of which the weighted percentage of each one.
absolutely, and it actually you can see in John Bonzo's video what changed. So
Oh
uh,
yeah, okay.
so before designing resilient architectures was 30%,
Yeah,
and now security is 30%, switched a
yeah,
little bit.
that makes sense.
And I've watched a couple of videos on what the new one is, and there's a lot of you've got to pay more attention to uh, following like authority having jurisdictions. Just I don't know how
like
to say it
HIPAA
exactly.
compliance.
Yeah, compliance guidelines. The compliance
Yeah,
protocols and guidelines is they're putting a heavier lean towards that because
every customer asks. Every customer
yeah.
asks for that. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's why. And it's just like, yeah, people like me who used to work in healthcare and stuff like that, like, you get like how important that stuff is. You can
Yeah,
get
especially
lots of trouble if you don't follow those guidelines.
especially if it's a third party provider, right? You have to like
Absolutely.
yeah.
and you see in a lot of the questions, and some of the tutorials dojo, because they keep up to date really well, we're saying
Hmm.
stuff like there's a HIPAA thing, how, like, what kind of encryption should you use?
Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like that one question I was worried about, that's like, I was going, this doesn't make sense to me, but I thought about it later, and it says what encryption, client side encryption is, keeps it encrypted while it rests in transit, and the answer is S3 server side. It's not just server side encryption, it's S3 server side. So when
Right,
you have your stuff stored in S3, the S3 server side will do that, because you can't do client side encryption in S3. So,
right.
but anyway, so the interesting thing about getting my
Don't give
so
away too much. Don't give away too much. We need more subscribers. We're at 64 now.
we're at 65 actually. We got another one right
Oh,
before you started.
woohoo!
Woohoo! Thank you, 64th and 65th
Yeah,
subscribers. You are
you're all
amazing.
important. You
Yeah,
are all important because
yeah,
you're not all just our friends that we said, hey, subscribe to us. That's organic.
yeah.
So
It's
pretty
we're
good.
glad to have you. But if you're working towards a solutions architect and you have your certified cloud practitioner, this surprised me. I actually didn't know this. Um, Whenever you do any certification and you already have your certified cloud practitioner, you automatically get recertified that date when you pass.
Oh,
So,
nice.
my solutions architect associate and certified cloud practitioner expire on the same day, which is sometime in, I guess, August 28th in 2025.
Pretty sure, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure like if you recertify in 2 years,
Mhm.
um, that one will automatically recertify as well. Like they go together. If you pass the other one, you would pass the first one.
Yeah, and it shows you and it drags on. So this
Yeah,
here, the day before I took the test, was down here, and it said that I passed, and it
yeah, yeah,
that I had a
yeah,
pass, and this is like, it's a sort of automatic pass. And then the cool things are, there's
yeah,
benefits here. You get 50% discount on your next exam, which I actually used for the solutions architect
yeah.
exam, which was cool. And then there are benefits here. One thing that's sort of frustrating is that you have access to this Amazon certified store that does not ship
Right.
outside the United States.
Oh, you. Well,
They don't
that
do it
sucks.
anymore. They I think they shut it down because of COVID, and
COVID. Yeah, they'll probably open it back
they're,
up.
yeah.
How are you going to get your gold jacket when you get all of the certifications?
Hopefully they'll open it up back then. But anyway, I'm just proud to announce that, and I want to talk about it. If you have any
That's
questions
awesome.
about passing the exam, um, comments down below, send us a message, email us. So next steps, now that we're both highfalutin solutions architects, is
Yeah, we
more,
gather
quality content and tutorials and stuff like that.
gather socks and then question marks and then profit.
Correct. All right. And without further ado, thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. We will catch you next time, when we'll be teaching you something. Hopefully Terraform or Kubernetes or Helm, or the world's our oyster. All right.
Perfect.
Catch you next time.